వెల్కమ్ బ్యాక్. హెచ్ఐసిసిలో ఐటీ పాలసీ ప్రకటనకు సంబంధించి రంగం సిద్ధమైంది. ప్రస్తుతం సీఎం కేసీఆర్ అక్కడికి చేరుకోవడం జరిగింది. ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
Member of Niti Ayog, Dr. V.K. Saraswat, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and Minister for Education, Mr. Kadiyam Srihari, Honorable Minister for Industries, Mr. Jupalli Krishna Rao, Honorable Minister for Energy, Mr. Jagdishwar Reddy, Honorable Minister for Home, Mr. Naini Narsimha Reddy, respected Chief Secretary of the Government of Telangana, Dr. Rajiv Sharma, Mr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Chairman of NASSCOM, Mr. Michael Mullins, the Consul General of the United States of America, all the other distinguished guests, invitees. As I mentioned, the IT policy which we are about to launch, along with it, 4 other subsidiary policies also will be launched. And the person whose brainchild, actually whose vision these 4 policies are, is none other than our Minister for Information Technology, Municipal Administration and Panchayat Raj, Mr. K.T. Ramarao. And I would now request Mr. K.T. Ramarao to articulate the vision behind these policies, what is the approach which he has taken, and the kind of thrust he has put inside in these, the main IT policy and the 4 subsidiary policies. Mr. K.T. Ramarao.
Honorable Governor, His Excellency Shri Narasimhan Garu, Chief Minister of the State of Telangana, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, dignitaries and other distinguished guests on the dais, to my fellow cabinet colleagues, it is with great pride that I welcome you all today to be part of this event to launch the first IT policy for the startup state of Telangana. IT is critical to Telangana, and Telangana is critical to the IT industry, Indian IT industry, and by extension to the global IT industry. Telangana's natural advantages reside in the availability of a large talent pool, congenial policy environment, and the entrepreneurial spirit shown by our homegrown industry leaders, many of whom are part of this gathering here. Some of you are in the audience and some on the dais as well. When the IT sector was opening up in the country in the mid-90s, Hyderabad became a natural choice for the IT majors and now home to some of the top technology firms. Over the last 25 years, Hyderabad was content with being number 2 in the country. But our aim is to take the top position. While consolidating our strengths, we've also identified certain emerging sectors such as data analytics, gaming and animation, cybersecurity, etc., which will help us take the leadership position. We have come up with some first of its kind strategic interventions in these areas that are encapsulated in our policy, which our dignitaries will launch. It would be an understatement to say that after seeing some of the initiatives of this policy, everybody will be surprised that a government is trying such innovative things. Along with the IT policy, 4 other sub-policies are being launched today. Firstly, the innovation policy. Today, members of the startup ecosystem from across the globe are quoting Hyderabad as an example for its initiative like T-Hub. T-Hub has attracted startups not only from within India, but also outside, and the interest among startups and incubator programs to collaborate with T-Hub is growing by the day. Currently, we see this model being replicated in many other states. To support these startups and ride this exciting wave of growth called entrepreneurship, we are coming up with an innovation policy which I am confident will make the nation take notice of what Telangana is trying to achieve in terms of startups and innovation. Secondly, gaming and animation policy. Hyderabad is already home to a number of gaming and animation companies, and the state is blessed with crowds that adore the movies. Even though gaming and animation companies are present in other cities, most of the sector's growth has happened in an organic way. We see a tremendous potential in this sector to create jobs and wealth, and we want to be the first state in the country to provide a structured support mechanism to the growth of this sector. The gaming and animation policy is built based on the problems that this industry is facing currently, and it will be something that the whole industry will be attracted to. Thirdly, the electronics policy. Make in India program was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister, and he encourages electronic manufacturing in a big way so that the imports of electronic goods comes down, which is the second biggest import commodity of the country after petroleum. Our Honorable Chief Minister has also been extremely encouraging of the thought of Make in Telangana. But we all know that the real action, in spite of what Government of India says, can only happen at the state level. The industry will only get attracted to what each state has to offer to their business success, and it becomes important for states to offer customized packages to benefit this sector. Therefore, to supplement the Make in Telangana initiative for the electronics sector, we're coming out with our own electronics policy, in which some of the initiatives we are trying and the incentives we are offering will stand exemplary for the remaining states. Lastly, the rural technology policy. When we say the term rural, we offer to the actual rural areas of the state, unlike most other states that refer to even tier 2 cities as rural areas. We have cities such as Warangal and Nizamabad, which we consider as tier 2 cities and not rural. Through our rural technology policy, we aim to make a difference at the most grassroots level by taking technology job opportunities to these areas. The youth in rural areas, when trained properly, are capable of performing tasks on par with the urban youth, and there is no reason why they should be denied of opportunities that the information technology sector has to offer. Additionally, the value proposition for companies to locate some of their operations in these areas is low cost and attractive incentives that the policy offers. One more thing I want to highlight is our accessibility. We truly believe in an open government where we are accessible to everyone and anyone, even to young, talented folks with ideas. Over the next few years, we want to build our repute as a truly global, innovation-driven, and the most technologically advanced state of India. I'm confident that today is an important milestone in the journey of what has begun for this startup state for its first policy launch today. Once again, I thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure this is a very compelling vision which will really take Telangana not just to be the best in India, but will be amongst the best in the world. Sir, we are having a very innovative way of launching today's program. Typically, you would have seen that dignitaries are asked to light a lamp, a candle is taken and some lamp is put there. We are doing it in a very different way, sir. To your right, can I request the camera persons to clear that area? You are blocking the map there, please. Can you please clear that area? మీరు దయచేసి 2 minutes అక్కడ ఆ సైడ్ని క్లియర్ చేయండి సార్. Sir, what you see to your right is a map of Telangana. It is illuminated by 130 bulbs. These are the first LED bulbs which have been manufactured in our state, sir. And I would request all the dignitaries to kindly get up, and once you press the switches synchronously, the map will lit up, sir. Would request you to do that now, please, sir. These are the first LED lights which have been made on behalf of Ever Ready by a homegrown Telangana company called Resolute Electronics. I would like to recognize the presence of Mr. Raminder Singh in the audience. So Mr. Raminder Singh, the manufacturer of these. I think the brightness is too much. Can we switch them off, please? Sir, as we move on, I would like the audience to witness a very brief audio-visual presentation on what the IT sector has achieved in our state in the last 20 months and what we promise to deliver in the coming future. Can we have the AV please on the overall IT scenario?
Telangana is the youngest state within one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Under a decisive and focused leadership, the Telangana government successfully turned its many challenges into opportunities of growth. In the process, the state of Telangana has not only achieved many notable firsts in our country, it has also transformed itself into the most attractive IT investment destination in India. Telangana's IT exports growth rate was in fact higher than the national average growth rate. Hyderabad, the capital city of Telangana, is also home to global IT giants Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Uber, IBM, Oracle, Deloitte, Cognizant, Infosys and TCS.
Hyderabad is all about 4 C's: culture, climate, convenience and cost.
In 2008,
TCS used to have less than 5,000 employees in Hyderabad, and today we have more than 33,000 employees working from the city. So the growth has been more than 8 times.
The infrastructure has been definitely well planned and has been very important for us to be able to grow this team here.
Hyderabad has over 1,200 IT companies, large and small, which together employ close to 400,000 professionals, besides supporting an indirect employment to over 650,000 people. The Telangana government has launched several unique initiatives to ensure all-round development of IT and electronic sector in the state. The Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge, TASK, is the first initiative of its kind in the country. A unique skill development program envisioned and executed under the guidance of Shri K.T. Ramarao. TASK addresses skill gap and equip youngsters for new age jobs. TASK's main objective is to offer quality human resources and services to IT and ITES sectors. T-Hub is the largest incubation center in India with an area of over 70,000 square feet, initiated by Shri K.T. Ramarao with the vision of building a distinct one-stop destination to facilitate mentorship, funding and many other startup provisions by business leaders from around the world. T-Hub is a unique partnership between the Government of Telangana and premier academic institutes such as ISB, IIIT Hyderabad and Nalsar. In its second phase, T-Hub will be expanded to 300,000 square feet facility with state-of-the-art amenities for startups. A revolutionary, path-breaking move, the TSI Pass is a state government initiative which provides single window clearances, that is, minimum inspection, maximum facilitation for projects. The IT Minister of Telangana, Shri K.T. Ramarao, is scripting this development story with a focused strategy to foster a business-friendly environment, increase investments and employment, and enhance the quality of life of the citizens. Mr. K.T. Ramarao personally met the top brass of 30 leading companies including Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Adobe, Cisco and Oracle to set up their operations in Telangana. The Telangana government has signed significant MOUs with major corporations locally and globally to assist expansion of their operations in the state. Telangana is on a fast track to becoming the world's top destination for electronics, while also showcasing potential as an ideal hub for IT and IT-enabled operations.
Out of the top 5 tech companies, highly valued tech companies in the world, 4 of them have chosen Hyderabad as their destination to set up their largest base outside of the US. There are still some more in the pipelines. There's still some more plans. There are still some more discussions which are ongoing. So we are very hopeful. We are very, very keen to also ride the next waves of growth.
The government of Telangana aims to enable companies and citizens to take the best advantage of the cutting-edge technologies available now and what would come in the future. To name a few initiatives proposed within the ICT framework, transforming the city of Hyderabad into a global data center hub. Image City, a dedicated infrastructure setup for firms dealing with animation and gaming. Setting up a data analytics cluster to promote and invest in data analytics initiatives, development of 2 EMCs, that is, electronic manufacturing clusters, to address cybersecurity challenges by training recruits to ensure a large pool of trained and skilled manpower, development of information technology parks, inception of Photonics Valley Corporation for promotion of photonics technology as an alternative computing paradigm, a rich talent pool, a business-friendly environment and state-of-the-art infrastructure aren't the only appeals Telangana holds for investors. The appeal of Telangana, in fact, lies in the dynamic, proactive leadership and progressive policies, which in turn serve as solid foundations to ensure long-term stability and prosperity for all.
Sir, the strengths that Telangana and Hyderabad has to attract new companies remains unabated. I am very happy to inform you, sir, that today we are signing 28 MOUs in which various leading software companies, skill development companies, innovation companies are showing their willingness to partner with our state. Ladies and gentlemen, today's program is in two parts. We will be in the first part launching 5 policies, including the IT policy. We will also be showcasing a few of such AV promotional films that you saw. And of course, all the stalwarts who are here with us today, they will be giving their messages. I'm extremely thankful to His Excellency, the Governor. He has very pressing engagements in the evening, but he has rescheduled all of them to be with us till 5 o'clock here today. So my request to all the speakers who are going to address us to just give us 1 or 2 key messages. Now that you know the thrust of our IT policy and the 4 sectoral policies, if you have to just tell us in 1 crisp message what you think should the government do now or focus now to make that policy implementable and start yielding results, please share with your rich experience that 1 or 2 key messages. In this sequence, I feel very happy to introduce our first speaker, Mr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Chairman Emeritus Scient, Chairman NASSCOM.
Honorable Governor of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, Mr. E.S.L. Narasimhan, respected Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, cabinet colleagues of Telangana government, our very visionary Information Technology Minister K. Tarak Ramarao Garu, other dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, good evening to all of you. Earlier this year, NASSCOM celebrated its 25 years. Earlier last week, the local IT association also celebrated its 25 years. It's a strange coincidence that I am a local homegrown entrepreneur. My company also celebrates its 25 years now. This is the year that we are celebrating. So I've seen the complete 25 years of history of the IT industry in Hyderabad, in the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh, and now for the last 2 years, the new state of Telangana. John F. Kennedy once said that, you don't spend too much time on past. If you do that, you lose all your focus on future. So I wouldn't definitely go back into the past, except that all of you have seen from nowhere, we have grown to be 70,000 crores of revenue in IT industry. We've got 10 lakhs of people being employed. We have as many as 1,200 companies which are operating out of Hyderabad. So all very positive things that happened. But I'll assure you one thing. Times could not have been any better than what they are today for this state of Telangana. What is the reason? One simple reason. The progressive government that we have under the leadership of Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu. Let's give them a round of applause, please. What do I see? Those 3 things which are outstanding with the local government. The first and the foremost is that they listen to you. They listen to you for very progressive reasons. They want to bring about the change with a difference, all right. The difference being that they do very silently. One electoral incident I can tell you is in March of 2015 at an event with CII. It was an annual event. I represented to the Honorable Chief Minister about the quality of education. Thereafter, it's history now. I can assure all of you the best of the talent is available in the city of Hyderabad, in the state of Telangana. From all those information people say 25% are employable, I assure you at least 50% of graduating engineers are employable in the state of Telangana. The second one is about infrastructure. The infrastructure today, very silently done too. There's no power outages. Summer has started, it's already 15 days old. We've also seen one full summer under the leadership of Chandrasekhar Rao Garu. And last summer also, we did not have any power outages. And the third one, which I think is very important, is what's the need of the hour? Need of the hour is creating employment. And we require to create as a nation today 1 million jobs every month. 10 million jobs in a year, 100 million jobs in next 10 years. The only way that can be done is only through startups. And that's what our visionary IT minister, Mr. Tarak Ramarao Garu saw it very well and made sure he created this incubation centers in T-Hub. There is no parallel right now in this country. It's an 80,000 square feet facility, 800 seats. Everybody was raising their eyebrows saying that will it ever get filled up? But the fact of life is that the day we opened it, we not only filled up all the 800 seats, there are other 1,800 people waiting the wait list to get seats in the T-Hub, and I'm sure the extension of T-Hub will make it happen. So therefore, I think times couldn't have been any better than what we have today in making sure this industry will grow larger. I had the privilege of looking at the IT policy. Mr. Jayesh Ranjan Garu shared it with me yesterday. I'll just bring about 3 things as my submissions to the Honorable Chief Minister and to our IT Minister. The first and the foremost, it's a policy which is extremely comprehensive, it's very progressive, and it's extremely well articulated. You read the thing, you will know exactly what the direction are and how easy it is to do business in this state of Telangana or the city of Hyderabad. But my 3 submissions are, sir, technology today is at its best. The policy talks about IoT. My recommendation and request to the Honorable Chief Minister is we need to create an institute of Internet of Things. We are creating one on behalf of NASSCOM in Bangalore. It's called COE in a much larger scale. One submission I have for you, sir, is that we should create an institute of excellence for Internet of Things. The second one that I have is that most of these startup companies will all create more amount of intellectual property. All around the world we have seen that IP creating companies create more jobs than non-IP creating companies. But today the level of awareness for intellectual property is very low. There's no denying there's cyber security issues that are there and so on and so forth, but we should create an institute for monitoring the intellectual property. That's the second suggestion, sir. My last suggestion is about cyber security. That's a threat we have seen from various reports that are there, but it's also an opportunity. So therefore, if we can do these 3 things in terms of creating an institute for IoT, making sure there's an IP creation, IP monitoring institution, and the third one is the cyber security, I think these will go a long way. Just to conclude, sir, I have a call for my fellow industry leaders today. We have a government which is so progressive, which is doing so well for us. So we also have to go back and contribute back to the government. I have 3 suggestions to make to our industry leaders. The first suggestion that I have is that today, if you look at the IT industry, 90 to 95% of the revenues go out of 5 mega metro cities of India. That's what it is. But that's not all India is. No more than 30% of the population of India is residing in these 5 mega metro cities. We need to go to the rural area, as Mr. K.T. Ramarao Garu said. So if we want to go there, as a first step, my small humble start was that I moved to Warangal in the last few months. We created a new center. But my request to my all fellow leaders from the IT industry is if you have more than 1,000 people in Hyderabad, please move to one of the districts. There are 9 of them that we saw on the screen there. And each one of those, I believe 7 out of the 9 district headquarters are approachable from the outer ring road within 2 hours. So therefore, my request is, the first one is make sure that we all move to rural Telangana or to at least the district headquarters of Telangana. The second one is, the Honorable Chief Minister has a big dream called Bangaru Telangana, Golden Telangana. We all need to participate in his vision and dream. And I think all of us have lots of initiatives that are going on. And certainly, sir, your vision in terms of digital Telangana is laudable. And we will certainly support it in terms of making sure that we have 6th class children will have computer awareness. We will also have all the digital literacy mission that will be done and more amount of digital libraries that will get created. So, sir, on behalf of my company, I want to commit to you, we'll commit 10 crores in the next 3 years for making sure that the digital Telangana becomes real. That's the commitment we have. So the call for my other friends who are in the audience and also on the dais this afternoon is, sir, please also start contributing. All of us are making money, we are profitable companies, and I think it's extremely important we support the society. Finally, to conclude, I would say, sir, we are at 68,000 crores officially as was said in the reports in 2014-15. 15-16 is just over. If you do the math at the way in which it's growing at 17%, it will take about 24 months to grow to be 1 lakh crore IT industry. My belief is, with the Chief Minister and our IT Minister, this 1 lakh crore will become a reality in less than 24 months. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Mohan Reddy Garu, for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now witness the launch of first of our sectoral policies. I would request Mr. Mohan Das Pai to launch our innovation and startup policy and hand over the copies of this policy to Mr. Ram Reddy, Mr. Dayakar Puskur, and Mr. Ritesh Pai. I would request the gentlemen to go there. Go ahead. Can we also have the AV on the innovation policy, please, simultaneously?
Driver globally, intervening to provide accessible and affordable solutions to cater to dynamic consumer needs. India today is marching towards establishing itself as a top global innovator for high technology products and services. Telangana, the startup state of India, has been the hotbed of technology product innovation owing to its rapid growth and positioning as a leader of information technology sector. The government of Telangana aims to develop 1 million square feet of workspace dedicated to startups in the next 5 years, partnering with premier academic institutes such as IIIT Hyderabad, ISB and Nalsar. Partner with 20 global accelerators and incubators to build facilities in PPP mode. Build 2 incubators in Tier 2 locations of the state.
Young India today is not content in being known as the back office of the world anymore. Young Indians today want wings to their aspirations.
First initiative in this direction is T-Hub Phase 1, a 70,000 square foot facility which is currently India's largest building dedicated solely to entrepreneurs. It remains as a distinct and one-stop destination to facilitate mentorship, funding and many other startup provisions by industrialists and many business leaders in the world. T-Hub is currently operational and will be expanded to 300,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art amenities for startups. Lack of funding is a critical bottleneck in the innovation ecosystem, which the government of Telangana aims to address through T-Seed Fund of 250 crore rupees. T-Innovation Fund of 2,000 crore rupees. Further, the government is looking towards active collaborations with academia to enhance the startup ecosystem.
That entrepreneurial spirit is very much in Hyderabad with high ambition.
So let's all put our hearts and souls behind the fact that this is going to be the new India of tomorrow.
This is where the world is coming to, and here at Hyderabad, we welcome you.
Through the innovation policy of 2016, the state government envisages to create the culture of research, innovation and entrepreneurship and develop Hyderabad and Telangana as an innovation society of global repute that would contribute to increased knowledge, wealth and employment in Telangana.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite Mr. Mohan Das Pai to share his thoughts. Mr. Pai, since I know you quite well, I would like to take the liberty of requesting you to just make 3 quick points.
Honorable Governor, Honorable Chief Minister, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to make 3 points like IT Secretary said. And the first point, sir, we have to digitally empower every citizen of Telangana to be part of this knowledge economy. It means every citizen should be connected to the web, should have a device in their hand to connect into the web, and there should be a web connection all over the state. The entire state has to be wired. This will make sure they're connected to the greatest disruptive force in the last 10 years, the internet. Second, sir, we have to invest in the education system to create the spirit of innovation and curiosity in our children and young people. I would suggest all schools are networked, all colleges are networked, and education pedagogy is changed to the creation of MOOCs, to the creation of online courses, and allowing them to interact with everybody through the web. And by this kind of interaction, you're going to create a web-based, knowledge-based generation of the future, and they will be innovative because they have the accumulated knowledge of the world along with them. And the third thing I would suggest is to make sure that we create enough capital in the state. There is a 10,000 crore innovation fund of the government of India. I suggest you create a 3,000 crore innovation fund in the state of Telangana, where over the next maybe 10 years, you give grants and you give seed capital to startups from all over the state. So that in 10 years' time, you should have 20,000 startups. I notice here that you got a target of 5,000. 5,000 will happen by itself. It does not require the state government to do anything, Minister. You must have 20,000 startups because India will have 100,000 startups in the next 10 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pai. Ladies and gentlemen, Hyderabad and Telangana is really blessed because we have the presence of some of the best institutions, universities, and knowledge-based organizations. And from the very beginning, all these institutions have really opened their doors to partner with government in various initiatives. On behalf of all the institutions present here, we have the Director of ISB, Professor Rajendra Srivastav, offer his remarks very briefly to us. Professor Srivastav.
Honorable Governor, Honorable Chief Minister, Ministers, dignitaries. I'll keep my comments short. When I came to Gachibowli 15 years ago as a visiting faculty member, there was a beginning of a school and a village at the end of the road. Today you've seen the video, so I'm not going to repeat itself. What I'd like to emphasize is that the emergence of Hyderabad as a technology hub has something to do with the integration of academia, the drive by the government, and the corporate sector. It's the three-way integration of these. So what do we need as we move further? The first thing that we need to do is to continue to invest in education, and this is not a self-serving prophecy, but we need to continue to invest in education because what the companies need, what the startups need, what the large companies need for growth is talent. And so Hyderabad must become the talent pool that the rest of India, the rest of the world will envy. Along with that, there's been a lot of emphasis that I see, the focus on startups, the focus on technology. And I want to emphasize that growth is based not only on technology, but also on business acumen. So when we come up with the idea, we come up with the prototypes, we get the manufacturing going, we must climb up the value ladder from being mere manufacturers to capture the value that we create. And to capture the value that we create, we have to understand the go-to-market strategies, the business models, how to extract value from the blood, sweat, and equity that our young people are putting into in generating the technology itself. I'm looking forward to ISB collaborating with the enormous educational institutions that are here, the IITs, the NIITs, and the T-Hub concept is purely exceptional. I'm looking forward to that growing even further. And so what it is going to require is collaboration amongst the educational institutions themselves to make Hyderabad a talent hub, but also the three-way collaboration between corporate, government, and education to make sure that we also capture the value that we create. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean. We are very grateful to the support of all other academic institutions, Professor U.B. Desai of IIT Hyderabad, Professor P.J. Narayanan of IIIT Hyderabad, and various other institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now witness the launch of the second policy. Let me before that clarify that you might have noticed that only some people are being given copies of the policy. In fact, after the program ends, all the copies, all the 5 policy copies will be made available to each and every one of you. So please don't get anxious that you will not be really having a hard copy with you. Before you leave, you will be given the copy right where you are, and these copies will be immediately loaded on our website as well. I would now request Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Kadiyam Srihari Garu, to release the policy on rural technologies and to hand over the first copies of this policy to colleague cabinet ministers, Shri Naini Narasimha Reddy Garu, Shri Jupalli Krishna Rao Garu, and Shri Jagdishwar Reddy Garu. The rural technology policy, see, while the policy is being unveiled, let me also share a couple of salient features with this. All other Indian states today consider a tier 2 city as a rural destination. So for example, just as an example, the state of Karnataka will call Mangalore as a tier 2 destination. Our attempt in the rural technology policy is to really take IT to grassroots level, meaning Mandal headquarters, Gram Panchayat headquarters, and so on. So this is the policy which our Honorable Deputy CM is unveiling, which announces what kind of incentives, what kind of infrastructure support the government will provide to such companies who will be taking their activities to the real grassroots level. Thank you very much, sir. I would now request another stalwart of the IT industry and the president of NASSCOM, Mr. R. Chandrasekhar, to deliver his address. Sir, since you are a former service colleague, let me also take the liberty to request you to just make 2 important points which you think the state government should focus on.
Thank you. Honorable Governor of Telangana, Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, respected and dynamic IT Minister of Telangana, dignitaries on the dais. Telangana has so many advantages going for it. It's difficult perhaps to restrict oneself to 2 points, but I will do exactly what has been requested. The IT industry is undergoing a tremendous transformation all across the world, and NASSCOM, as the body that represents the IT industry in India, would certainly compliment the government of Telangana on having come out with a very comprehensive and very well thought out set of policies. And while carrying these policies forward, there are 2 main suggestions that I would like to give. The first is that today, in the industry, driven by technology and the evolution of technology, the boundaries are increasingly getting blurred. The boundaries between what is the domain and what is technology. Is Uber a transportation company or a technology company? Between healthcare and technology. And you can go on in each of the areas. So for a state like Telangana, it would be a good idea, while focusing on the technology side, Mr. Mohan Reddy has already talked about IoT, cyber security, and analytics and so on, to also look at which are the domains where there is a unique advantage which this state has, and try to look at some of these as focus areas. The converse of the same point is that the state could focus on the multiplier effect in those areas within the state, while adopting these technologies for implementation across the state, which also gives a big fillip to the startups. So that's point number 1, 1A and 1B. Point number 2 is on the skilling, and I would like to again compliment the state on having come up with the Telangana Academy of Skills and Knowledge, which bears the imprimatur of the IT Minister. This is an area which is key. That's the area which has made Hyderabad a great value proposition for industry, good infrastructure, very cost effective and highly skilled manpower. And to make the manpower from the academic institutions, including not just the front rung institutions like the ISB and the IIIT, but also from all the colleges across the state, building on the academy concept to impart training to the teachers in the other tier 2 institutions has had a big impact on the quality of students coming out in some of the other states. That's an area in which NASSCOM has done a lot of work. We'll be happy to work with the state. So in conclusion, I would only like to compliment the government under the leadership of the Chief Minister, and in particular the highly energetic and imaginative IT Minister for all these initiatives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. NASSCOM has been a very big support to all the initiatives of Government of Telangana, and it's also my duty and responsibility to acknowledge the support which we receive from the very beginning from other industry associations like HICIA, Mr. Ramesh Loknathan, who is here, from the Electronic Manufacturing Association, Mr. Shiv Prasad, from CII, FICCI, ASSOCHAM, and all the other industry bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now witness the release of the third sectoral policy, which is going to be on electronic system design and manufacturing. I would request member of Niti Aayog, respected Dr. V.K. Saraswat, to release the policy and hand over the first copies of this policy to Mr. Sudhir Hasija, Mr. Deepak Bhardwaj, Mr. Pankaj Mohindru. Can I request, and Mr. Guru. Can we have the AB of the ESDM sector, please?
India is one of the fastest growing markets for electronics in the world. Very soon, India is going to pay more for electronics than for oil in imports. There is a huge potential to manufacture electronics in India to meet the domestic demand. Telangana, the youngest state of India, is creating the conducive atmosphere for electronics manufacturing in the country. With PSUs like BHEL, ECIL, CDAC and semiconductor companies like NVIDIA, Motorola, Qualcomm, AMD and Cypress, Hyderabad houses more than 250 electronic companies employing nearly 50,000 professionals. Hyderabad has attracted investments from mobile manufacturers like Micromax and Cellcon with the promise to create a mobile manufacturing hub in the state and create employment of 160,000 people, cementing its position as a promising electronics investment zone on the global map. The government of Telangana is developing 2 electronic manufacturing clusters spread over 910 acres at E-City and Maheshwaram Science Park in Hyderabad. These clusters are close to the airport and Outer Ring Road. The government of Telangana's electronics policy 2016-2020 aims to create a well-entrenched and sustainable ecosystem for electronics design and manufacturing, providing the right kind of policy incentives and creating the best in ease of doing business environment. Make in Telangana, make in India.
I would also like to acknowledge the tremendous support the IT department, particularly in the area of electronic manufacturing, is getting from other line departments of the government. I would like to recognize the support of Principal Secretary Industries, Principal Secretary Finance, Principal Secretary Planning, and various other Principal Secretary Energy, Principal Secretary Transport, TSIIC MD, and various other government agencies who are supporting us in this endeavor. I would now like to request Ms. Debjani Ghosh, President of Intel India, to offer her remarks.
Thank you, Jayesh. Honorable Governor, Chief Minister, Mr. IT Minister, respected dignitaries and guests. Jayesh asked us to talk about one thing that we would like this government to do. So I'm going to just talk about that one thing. At Intel, we have a saying that technology is not the magic. It's what you do with technology. It's the impact that technology can have. That's what creates the magic. And my one ask would be that state that focuses on impact more than anything else. Everything you do, whether it's skill development, innovation, everything else that you do it with that one objective in mind, that this should impact the citizen in a way that he or she is not going to get impacted before. And I think it has to be about livelihood, it has to be about better healthcare, better education, better living. So everything that this state does under Digital Telangana, Digital India, should impact the citizens. Make it about the citizen, make it grounds up, starting with real life problems that are faced day to day. And I think that's what is desperately needed today in India. We are very carried away with technology. We want to do the best in technology. Sometimes we forget that there is an end goal that technology has to, or a problem that technology has to solve. So with that, we've worked, as Intel, we worked with states, as we believe that states are at the front line of Digital India execution. Telangana is our newest partner, but I have to say that in the short time, the work that we have done has been one of the most meaningful in terms of the impact that we've seen with this state. Apart from being young, vibrant, you're also very ambitious, you're very hungry, and you keep your partners on their toes. And that's what brings out the best in each other. So it's great to partner with you. As Intel, we are committed to support initiatives from digital literacy to innovation to the rural digitization and the impact it can have. And we're looking forward to scaling our partnership with this wonderful state. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Debjani. As many of you would be aware, the state of Telangana has already started attracting a large number of mobile manufacturing companies, a large number of electronic manufacturing companies, and I'm very sure that with the announcements today through our new policy, this will really open the gates for many, many more of them to come. On behalf of all the mobile companies and other electronic companies, I would now request Mr. Pankaj Mohindru, President of the Indian Cellular Association, to make his brief remarks. Mr. Mohindru, please.
Honorable Governor, Honorable Chief Minister, and all the dignitaries. A year back, when Arvind Kumar, the Industry Secretary, reached out to us, and I spoke to the industry, they said, "What? Telangana?" So, and today, the scene is very different. In our competitiveness index, where we rank all the states, Telangana comes among the top 5, and that's a very, very big achievement. 2 of our companies have started manufacturing here already, that is Micromax and Celcon. That's a tremendous achievement because about 7-8 months back, we were scampering around across the country, and Telangana was not at all in the consideration set. So that's a tremendous achievement for this young state, and their spirit, we really appreciate and admire it. The policy is a very sound policy, and we have to see that we are able to attract all the global companies and the Indian companies towards this region. I think the southern region is going to become a very major hub of mobile phone manufacturing. I once again congratulate the leadership team here and the IT department under its dynamic leader, KTRG, and Jayesh for putting this all together. I think Telangana has an absolutely great future in our industry, and we'll do our best to support Telangana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pankajji. Just one addition to what you said. You said that 2 companies have started manufacturing here. In fact, a 3rd company also has started manufacturing, or at least their manufacturing unit is under process. That is DataWind, and I can see Mr. Pavneet somewhere in the audience. It is a Canadian company which has also decided to set up its cell phone manufacturing unit here in Telangana. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now witness the launch of the fourth sectoral policy, which is called the image policy. The policy talks about innovation in multimedia, animation, gaming, and entertainment. And I would request Mr. Tim McGovern to launch this policy and hand over the first documents to Mr. Biren Ghosh and Mr. Ashish Kulkarni and Mr. Basi Reddy. Mr. Basi Reddy, Mr. Ashish Kulkarni, and Mr. Biren Ghosh, please.
Happy Diwali, folks.
Animation, gaming, VFX and entertainment are the emerging verticals in the ICT sector. Developments over the years indicate that India is emerging as a key animation and gaming development market.
In the late 90s, this industry has started to grow, and over the last 15-20 years, we have seen phenomenal improvement in our local industry in all these areas. We have seen success in services, we have seen success in product development, success in IP development, and success in VFX as well.
Something very interesting is happening in video gaming space. About 7 to 8 years back, there were hardly 100 million people who used to play video games. Now there are over 2.5 billion people who play video games.
Hyderabad, the capital of Telangana, is now recognized as the leading animation and gaming capital of India. It's home to leading national and international gaming and animation companies.
We are so happy that we are working out of Hyderabad. We are in fact supplying most of the skilled labor to the entire country.
I think Hyderabad is one of the top cities in India who has the best connectivity to the last mile.
I mean, Hyderabad is the hub of animation and VFX within the country. It's basically because of the talent. You know, the talent is there.
Telangana government, new government has been very proactive, and they have been encouraging us, and they have been very positive in terms of encouraging and creating the largest incubator center like Image has been established here.
The new Image City, you know, the large space that's up and coming, amount of facilities which are going to be available there, the resources that are going to be available within this, within this project are vast. They look very, very effective on paper.
Which is a very good infrastructure for any startup company to come and start doing their business.
I think this is a very big step for the entire industry.
So Hyderabad is going to be the place for gaming industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a matter of great honor to invite the next speaker. In fact, our next speaker is a real achiever. Many people would be seeing him for the first time, but his achievements are unparalleled. In fact, as soon as this event gets over, I'm going to take a selfie with him. I would like to introduce Mr. Tim McGovern. Tim is an Oscar Award winner, he's an Academy Award winner, and he's the person who did VFX and special effects for movies like Mission Impossible, Terminator, and so on and so forth. So, Tim, matter of great honor to invite you. But even though you are my guest and I'm going to take your autograph and selfie, the 1 minute rule applies. Just speak for 1 minute.
Honorable Governor, Honorable Chief Minister, dignitaries, and others here. It's a real pleasure to be a part of this. As you probably know, visual effects, gaming, and animation is a global business. And a lot of the globe has been enjoying the merits of that. India has sort of been I wouldn't want to say sleeping giant, I'd say waking giant. And I'd say with these incentives and education and focus on fostering this sort of business in Telangana, I see the giant is awake. And I see great growth, and I think it's really exciting. It's a fantastic time for those who are artists in India right now, and those who want to become artists, and those who don't know they're artists yet, that through these programs, they'll be able to achieve the possibility of winning awards like Academy Awards and things like that, doing work on visual effects, games, and animation. So thank you. Congratulations, excellent policy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the momentous, defining moment of today's program, the launch of the IT policy. I would request T1 and T2 to assist our dignitaries in the launch. T1, please. And T2. T1 and T2 are robots which have been designed and assembled in Telangana by a company which is completely homegrown. IT policy will be launched by Honorable Chief Minister, who will give the first copy to His Excellency the Governor, to Mr. Narayan Murthy, and to our IT Minister, Mr. K.T. Ramarao. T1, please go one step further. One more step, please.
Audio Jungle.
So these robots were made by a local Hyderabad-based company called Robotics Research and Development Limited. I would request their team members to go and introduce themselves. And I think T1 refuses to leave. Please cajole him to leave the stage now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a matter of proud privilege to invite our next speaker, who is none other than our Chief Secretary, Dr. Rajiv Sharma. But for his continuous guidance, encouragement, and support, the IT policy that we are seeing today would not have taken shape. It's a matter of great honor to be a part of his team. I now request our Chief Secretary to deliver his address.
His Excellency, the Governor of Telangana, Honorable Chief Minister, dignitaries on the dais, and distinguished guests here. I have to speak less, so I'll only make a few points. We all know of happiness index. This is a new measure which all countries use to know how happy we are. And I firmly believe, and that is true also, that governments play a very large role in making people happy or unhappy. IT is a great enabler, and this is a medium which can be used to improve happiness of people, and I'll just mention how. You are representing industry here, and the policies which we are unveiling today, they are here to improve the ease of doing business, to make the government very friendly in whatever you do, because this is something which is required to be done, and we have demonstrated it by successfully implementing the industrial policy which was launched from this very hall last year. And there is a testimony to it given by some of the captains of the industry right here in this hall today. So I would want to assure you that whatever is required to be done by the government, we will do to make you happy in investing in Telangana. The government will be totally business friendly, as it has been all along, and all our officers, and on their behalf I give this assurance, they will all be very, very cooperative, friendly, and like a team partners with you in making these investments in Telangana. Second is the citizens. That segment also is very important to us, and government touches almost every part of citizens' lives, including in sectors like health, education, providing government to citizens, the so-called G2C services, and also a large unutilized area as far as IT is concerned, which is agriculture. So I would implore upon you all, of course the industry know what is best to it, where they should invest, where they should innovate, but these are some of the areas in which there is a crying need to improve the conditions of the people who are engaged in these kind of activities, such as agriculture, and also in delivering the services of the government to the people. And one of the distinguished speakers said that we need to bring this culture of digitization. So the government of Telangana is with you. Please innovate, please invest in these areas, and these are our priority areas. With these few words, I thank you all for having come today, and I once again redeem this assurance that the government and its bureaucracy is with you in taking this country forward. Telangana welcomes you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And on behalf of the entire bureaucracy of the IT department, I assure you, sir, that we'll put our best foot forward. We are really honored by the presence of our next speaker, who is none other than member of Niti Aayog, distinguished scientist, multiple awardee, and one of the biggest well-wishers of the state of Telangana, Dr. V.K. Saraswat. Sir, I would now request you to make your address.
Honorable Governor of Telangana, Shri Narasimhan Garu, Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, Chief Guest, Shri Narayan Murthy Garu, distinguished guests, invitees, senior officials of the Government of Telangana, industry partners, members of media, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to be here in the unveiling session for the IT and electronics manufacturing policy of the Government of Telangana. It's a great initiative. I would like to congratulate the government for this initiative. As all of you know, digital revolution is sweeping the world, and there is information explosion. Digital technology is the engine of growth. All of us are aware of that, because I learned in Niti Ayog that every 10 percentage point of digitization is going to increase our economy, what we call as a GDP per capita, by about 0.5 to 0.6%. So what an important portfolio we have to look at. No wonder that our Honorable Prime Minister started the program of Digital India, in which we want to transform our economy to a connected economy in the years to come. Aims of this program are very well known to all of us. Particularly it is inclusive because one would like to connect more than 2.5 lakhs villages through the broadband highways, public internet access, e-governance, e-kranti, e-health, information for all these probably 9 pillars of this particular program all require the initiative in various segments. Investments are also very high because you are going to have something like 1,13,000 crores investment coming in this, and the program will span to bring us into advanced digital economy. That's the major area. Besides this, the program envisages that we should have almost zero import as far as the electronics manufacturing and technology is concerned, which is a mammoth task by any standard. Certainly the policy which is being initiated by Telangana in sync with the Government of India's policy is going to make a great impact, because electronics manufacturing will take us to that particular area. If you look at our contribution today in terms of the total electronics manufacturing segment in the world, the industry is almost about $1.9 trillion today, which is expected to rise to about $2.4 trillion. Unfortunately, our contribution is in single digits in this segment, and our demand is about 100 billion, going to go to something like 400 billion. There's going to be a big gap. Obviously, electronics manufacturing becomes a major requirement. So it's an opportunity, and that opportunity is in all segments, whether it is consumer durables, electronics components, strategic electronics for defense and aerospace, cyber security, trusted platforms, electronic manufacturing services, and mobile manufacturing, and so on. However, we cannot continue to do what we are doing for the last so many years. Our value addition in the manufacturing segment has to increase substantially, and we should get out and get beyond the assembly systems which we are doing today. That means we have to generate the design capability. IPR generation has to be improved. There are certain disability factors, and I think the policy which the Telangana government has come out is certainly going to mitigate many of these disability factors, like high cost of power, high cost of finance, high cost of infrastructure, and one of the most important thing, inverted duty structure in many cases, high income tax, special additional duty, central taxes, impact of the WTO ITA on the zero duty regime. As a result, our component manufacturing came down for almost 50% in 1999-2000 to as low as 20% today. So I personally believe that this policy which Telangana government has brought out is the right step in the right direction, which will mitigate all these disability factors. A quick glance on the policy certainly says that we will have a good synchronization with the Government of India's 2012-2013 policy, in which you have preferential market access, we have AMSIPs, we have Electronics Development Fund, and support of HR. I see all of them figuring in the Telangana government's policy, and that's the synchronization between the GOI's policy and the Telangana government. As a result, if we are in a position to do that, then we have good foreign direct investment, a collaboration under Make in India program, and many other opportunities will come. I already see some initiatives like Photonics Valley Corporation being set up, flat panel displays, and I also endorse what Mr. Mohan Reddy mentioned, that the Institute for Internet of Things, cyber security platforms, and certainly good collaboration with the existing defense and aerospace industry which is available in Telangana state today will certainly give us opportunities for setting up more and more startups, incubation centers, and industry partners should be able to avail this opportunity. I once again like to congratulate the state government, the Honorable Chief Minister, the Honorable Minister for IT, and all the team Telangana which has made this event feasible and given us great opportunity to showcase the skills of Telangana as a state in the electronics and IT sector. Thank you very much.
Extremely grateful to you, sir, for assuring us of Government of India support in our endeavor, sir. Our next guest requires no introduction. Presenting Mr. N.R. Narayan Murthy.
Respected Governor, respected Chief Minister, respected IT Minister, distinguished guests on the dais and in the audience. Thank you very much, the organizers, for this invitation. I've been requested to say three points. One, benchmark yourself with the best global places, not just other Indian cities, but Silicon Valley, Route 128, this is Triangle Park, Cambridge Science Park, Beijing, Tokyo, etc. Because that is what will you propel far beyond other Indian cities, and you deserve to be there amongst the best. Second, in every decision that you take, be open-minded, use data and facts, be fair and just, use speed in every decision that you take, use imagination in every decision that you take, and execute it with a very high level of excellence. Finally, have humility. Please don't use superlatives. We in India use superlatives in everything, but we have a long way to go. Therefore, please be humble, and humility provides you to overcome your ego, to realize that there is a lot of headroom for improvement, and it gives you energy and enthusiasm to try to reach for the stars. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Your speech really embodies everything about your personality and about your character as we have known, and we are extremely inspired by your simple but very hard-hitting message. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a matter of great honor to now request the Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, to address the gathering.
Honorable Governor, His Excellency Sri E.S.L. Narasimhan Garu, Chief Guest of this evening, Sri Narayan Murthy Garu, Dr. Saraswat, known as the Missile Man of Two of India. Of course, Missile Man of India was Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, as all of you know. Sri Mohan Reddy Garu, Chairman NASCOM, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, the Information Technology Minister, my cabinet colleagues, other dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I am really very happy to be among all of you. Mr. Murthy said 3 volumes in 3 sentences. His speech was not of sentences but of volumes. Humility first among all. The state of Telangana believes, Murthy Garu, I assure you, Telangana is the newest state of India, born 20 months ago. We are striving very hard to achieve progress in every economic activity. As it was showcased here, in the sector of information technology, we have a young minister dealing with this. we are also making a rapid progress in this sector of information technology. 1 year back in the same hall, we have launched our industrial policy. On that day, I was telling the audience, I was also making an appeal to the business houses of the country and world that there are single windows elsewhere in the country and in the world, but they have their own grills. I was telling on that occasion, sir, the single window of Telangana is without grills. And we have proved it. We have proved it by way of giving clearances to 1,691 industries, out of which 883 are in the stage of production. They have come to the stage of production. And one can understand the humility of the government of Telangana. We have stuck to our word, which we have promised to the business houses and to the investors while unveiling the industrial policy. All these 1,691 clearances were definitely given within the stipulated time of 15 days. Totally hassle-free and totally 100% corruption-free. This is what we have proved. On this occasion of unveiling the IT policy of Telangana, we once again reiterate and assure all of you, Telangana is a place where it is quite attractive. Its location-wise, its weather conditions, affectionate society of Hyderabad, the true cosmopolitan city of India. You have ample opportunities to invest in the sector of information technology. I once again assure all of you, all the clearances, all the support required by you will be extended in stipulated time, hassle-free and corruption-free. Come to Telangana, invest in Telangana, let us grow together. Thank you one and all.
Thank you very much, sir. I would now request the chief guest for today's launch event, His Excellency, the Governor of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, Shri ESL Narasimhan Garu, to deliver his address.
Respected Chief Minister of Telangana State, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, respected Dr. Saraswat, respected Shri Narayan Murthy, dignitaries on the dais, the name and fame in the IT industry sitting in front of the dais. Well, true to my name, Narasimhan, I am neither tech savvy nor do I know anything about IT. I'm here just because I'm the governor. So I'll probably throw up a few ideas for your consideration. Well, we are in an age where ideology has given way to technology, and that is where the importance of technology comes in. Somehow, the term technology has come to acquire an elitist connotation. Today, as we talk of an inclusive society, I am extremely happy to note that the Telangana IT policy has included rural technology policy as one of its initiatives. Unless technology moves into the rural areas, it would not be possible to achieve inclusivism that we talk of. I must laud the Telangana government IT policy and particularly the IT Minister Sri Ramarao for this excellent initiative of including everybody, the rural, particularly the rural areas. Unfortunately, I cannot use the word my government as it would tantamount to patting my own back. So I would like to congratulate K.T. Ramarao on this occasion. Technology today holds the key to development, given the fact that parameters that go to determine development include education, healthcare, skilled workforce, a good crop, a secure environment, and good governance. Government initiatives being accountable and verifiable. The Telangana IT policy launched today is to be viewed in this backdrop. Any policy must have a vision, transparency, inclusivity, auditability, accountability, and societally useful. I find the Telangana IT policy has all these components, and hence I do hope this launch today will move society into the next generation of joy, satisfaction, and happiness. The policy, as you will see, is entrepreneur-friendly and also people-friendly, with innovation being the key word. The incentives to enthuse you all is there for you all to see, experience, and use. The call of the hour is, come, join hands, come one, come all. Join us in making a society a very happy society. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency. As I had announced earlier, His Excellency has another very pressing engagement to attend. So the program will continue for another 30 minutes when we will be signing 28 MOUs. But before His Excellency departs, let us all rise for the national anthem, please.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Ladies and gentlemen, we move to part 2 of today's program, in which we will witness the signing of 28 MOUs and kindly remain seated.
Telangana is trailblazing the path of inclusive growth with initiatives focused on citizen empowerment. Digital Telangana is one such revolutionary new initiative by the government of Telangana. Under the leadership of Minister Mr. K.T. Ramarao, the IT&C department has launched the ambitious Digital Telangana program. The primary objective of this ambitious initiative is to ensure that digital services and infrastructure is available to the citizens of the state. Steps to ensure access for the common man, laying OFC to each household using the water grid trenches, providing 4G services in the entire state.